Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the show that's on in the afternoon. We're already having a fun show, and we haven't even started yet.
She's an amazing guest today. I'm so excited to get into this.
Great guests. Jennifer Wills and Kayla Herr are joining us. We're going to be talking all things mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Is it May Mental Health Awareness Month?
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So that's why we're jumping into this.
All right. Good deal. And it's always a good time talking to our favorite Canadian.
Yeah, absolutely. There's only one out there that we like.
There is literally only one. Only one. Until I figure out that half of our fan base is Canadian.
Right, oh, geez. Oh, don't you know?
We are sorry. Maple Leafs.
We love you.
You do a Maple Leaf
I
song.
love that Blame Canada song. It's a real hit.
There's a Blame Canada song?
Yeah, it's from South Park. Blame Canada.
Oh. I was never allowed to watch South Park.
Oh, jeez.
I know.
Raised you like veal.
Yeah. Yeah, but I turned out all right. All right. I'm
Yeah,
not going to say good.
that's
I'm going to
fine.
say all right.
C students need love too.
That's right.
Yeah.
C students.
Well, I mean, all right, that's average, right?
I guess I'm below all right. You know who's more than all right? They're stellar, actually, is our friends at Bozard Ford Lincoln. They've been stellar since 1949. When they opened their dealership to be more than just a dealership, they wanted to be a family-owned beacon of trust right here in their hometown of St. Augustine. They were founded on the principles of honesty, integrity, and community service. And the Bozard family tradition continues to thrive through generations. They've got that state-of-the-art service facility, 91 climate-controlled bays in there. They can take on a lot of work at one time.
So important.
They've got the quick lane for no appointment needed maintenance. And also you can enjoy the comforts of their customer lounge and the unique flavors of Ford's Garage.
Very good.
They are proud recipients of the Triple Crown Award and named Florida's Dealer of the Year by Dealer Rater. Their team is dedicated to providing an enjoyable and efficient experience. Bozard Ford Lincoln offers the best in pricing, selection, and service right there off I-95 and State Road 16. Make them your first stop if you're looking for a new vehicle. Your satisfaction is their mission, and they are driven to inspire. Also, our friends at the Bailey Group, because getting enrolled in a health insurance or Medicare plan does not have to be complicated. In fact, it can be quite the opposite. At the Bailey Group, you're going to work with a local insurance advisor to find just the right insurance coverage for your specific needs and your budget. Their goal is to make getting covered simple. No added costs, no extra fees. The Bailey Group handles individual health and Medicare corporate benefits and financial needs for their clients. Let them do that for you. 904-461-1800 to get a hold of them. And of course, our great friends at Elace Med Spa.
Oh, yeah.
Who's not looking for a relaxing and rejuvenating experience right now? Look no further than Elace Med Spa. At Elace, they specialize in providing their clients, you, with a wide range of luxurious spa treatments and advanced medical aesthetic procedures. You might be looking to unwind with a hydrofacial. You might need to redo the Botox, get some dermal fillers, or do some laser treatments, contour the body, take some hair off, put some hair on. Woo. They do it all,
They
man.
can do it. Flip it and whip it and
No,
get
they
it.
don't use the hair they took off to put it on.
No. Yeah, they definitely.
right.
Yeah, it's beauty on your terms.
It is
basically.
beauty on your
Yeah,
terms.
You just let them know what you want.
That's right. Elace.com.
We talk to them tomorrow. I'm excited for them to be in the studio. We'll get down to the bottom of it for everybody. Yeah.
Yes. I'm really excited to talk to them. This is going to be a great show. All right. Jen Wills, Kayla Herr, how are y'all doing this afternoon? Good to see you.
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
good.
great to be here.
Yeah.
Every time I come in the studio, there's like new things, and it's looking even better and better. Like you get these big TVs behind you.
I know.
I'm
Fancy,
so proud
right?
of you guys. I just love it so much.
Aw,
Rent
thanks.
Center was closing.
That's right.
Just kidding.
I'm still back to the hair that they can replace and put back on. I'm like, I don't know if anybody would want that. Well, maybe some hair migrates in places, Pete.
So good.
All right. Well,
On that segue, mental health May.
no way to transition into mental health from there, but we'll just make a hard left turn here. Let's talk about mental health. Jen, you're kind of our resident expert.
Thank you.
On
Thank you.
mental health.
Yeah.
So let's talk about why many people are not like yourself and why many people are afraid to talk about mental health.
Oh gosh, I could start from, the stigma that's attached when you say mental health. So, one of the things that I would say to people is, why do we separate physical health and mental health? Like, why do we even in our verbiage? We're very careful in our language about so many things in society today, right? So why not start with saying, like, it's not mental health from the neck up and physical health from the neck down.
It's your health.
It's your health.
Yeah.
And there's so many more studies that are coming out now about gut health connected to your moods and everything like that, which it really isn't rocket science. It's just ironic that people are starting to kind of pay attention to what you're eating can affect your moods and, vice versa and stuff. So, stigma is a big thing that keeps people away from accessing help. Every single one of us, statistics show that every single one of us is going to go through a mental health episode in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Why not start the conversation about how to access help, where to access help, that it's okay to access help. And Mental Health Month of May really highlights that and lets us open the dialogue to keep talking about stuff like that.
Yeah. That's good. And kind of, I have to imagine you've been out in the community, going to different places, doing as much as you can. You're always all over the place.
We are.
The Brave Summit has become huge too, which
Brave
is
Summit
great
has
to
become
see.
huge. We just had our 4th annual Brave Summit last March, last Wednesday in March. We do have the date secured for next year.
Oh, cool.
Last
Exciting.
Wednesday in March. I'll
Great.
just say that out loud. Save the date.
Yeah.
Still at the amphitheater?
Still at the amphitheater. But the teenagers, like the youth that come, because it's for high school age youth, that's all that we hear 100% positive feedback about. Thank you for creating this space that we can talk about mental health, that we can tie the conversation about positive, mental health with a good time. Studies show that it takes 2 to 3 minutes for us to retain information if we're enjoying what we're doing while we're learning it. If you're not enjoying what you're doing while you're learning something, studies show it takes 20 to 30 minutes for it to kind of stick in there.
Yeah.
So for us with the summit, tying in that really positive good time with the conversation, the kids that come, or the youth, right? I say kids because they're all kids, but to me, but the youth that come are starting to recognize that, and it's reverberating through the community. So some students that came last year were like, this is my 4th summit. I can't come back next year because I'm graduating. And I'm like, come back and volunteer.
Yeah.
So we're really making an impact that is continuing. Kind of like the Florida Man games,
Yeah.
but a little bit of a different message,
Absolutely, yes.
just a little bit. And we have tools that we've brought in, and I'll let Kayla speak to the tools that we've brought in because UF Health St. John's, Community Health Improvement, the arm of the hospital that we work in, we're really identifying the gaps in the community and what we can bring in to help support people with those gaps. So we've brought in tools, and if Kayla wants to speak to those,
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. So one of them too that we did launch a bit at the Brave Summit was Headspace. So we are paying for subscriptions for a full year for Headspace. Are you guys familiar with Headspace?
Isn't it like
I'm not
for
personally.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a tool. They have sleep casts on there, which is something that I personally use, and I fall asleep within like 2-3 minutes. I never make it through the entire story, but they
Okay.
have meditation on there. They have mindful minutes. They have different breathing exercises. So it's really helpful, and they're not super long. If you want something short that's only like 2-3 minutes, then you can take a moment to yourself. So Brave, the funding, we're able to help support subscriptions for that.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah.
huge.
How long is the subscription?
It's a full year.
Oh, great.
So actually, if you go on to the website, and I think it's headspace.com/redeem.
I'll put that in comments.
Cool. And you put in Brave to be me, that will redeem the full year subscription.
How cool is this?
That's huge.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so-
huge.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's one of them. And actually, a lot of the kids that were at the summit, or teens, if we want to call them that, a lot of them were super excited because we survey them after they attend, and all of them actually made comments about getting Headspace and thought it was really cool that they were able to walk away with a resource in hand rather than the experience only. So they had
Did
a
you
bit
ever
of
get a
both.
report on like how many subscribed that day, or
I haven't pulled the numbers, but definitely something that I'm going to do today then. So
is
that
there
I
a
can have
cap on
that.
numbers? Just curious.
So we have right now 1,000.
Okay.
But we have the ability to get more if we do exceed that.
That's fantastic. That's a really great benefit for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
especially with summer coming up too. I
Yes.
mean, like a lot of our youth, it's for adults too. We used to use Cope Notes, and I signed up so that I could see,
Yep.
so I could speak to it. But with the summer coming up, a lot of youth aren't going to be connected to the supports that generally help them throughout their school day, right? I mean, there's summer break spots, which I'll send you the information about, Davey, where people can get food. But a lot of our youth aren't going to be connected to the supports that would help them get through the day. So supports like Headspace to help someone, stay connected, that's healthy, that's been verified, that it is healthy. We just want to push it out to the community.
Yeah. And we also expanded to 2 tools for adults. So we're looking at supporting parents and guardians because we realized that was a bit of a gap that we were seeing in the Brave referrals that we were getting. So not only will we help connect the parents and guardians that come through Brave to BetterHelp and pay for those 12 sessions for them, we also have a tool called Together All that we launched. So if you do go on our website, and I can send that over too, there's a free subscription to Together All, and that is an anonymous platform. So somebody who may not yet be willing to go get counseling services or aren't sure how open they want to be about their mental health yet, it's a good way for them. It gives them like a name. It'll be like Rabbit 101 and
Right.
like
so
something.
Like a clandestine pseudonym or
Yes,
something.
exactly.
Got it. Okay.
And what it is it's an anonymous board that you can post about how you're feeling, and you can find people with similar interests. So a lot of it is there is a parent group on there. There is people who are teachers that are on there, so they can experience or talk with people who are similar to them. And if something might be concerning or if something goes unanswered, there are actually licensed clinicians on the platform who will reach out to that individual.
Sounds like
to
a
give them
mental
some
health
support.
like Reddit or something, right?
That is 100% what it is, and
Okay,
it's actually
cool.
how the salesperson there explains it to us.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my goodness, that's great. I
Yeah.
used to
There you
work for
go.
them. I'm just kidding.
One day. And then the other tool that we have is other parents like me. So parents and guardians who come through the Brave program, what we'll do is it's a virtual support group. So
Okay.
they don't even have to leave the comfort of their couch in order to talk about what they're experiencing at home and the struggles that they're having with their kids
I've seen
for
a
mental
lot
health.
of this like communication with digital therapy out there.
Yes.
So this is what I'm seeing a lot of the familiar variables here.
Yeah. I mean, it increases accessibility.
Yeah.
So now you don't have to go to the office in order to get help for your mental health. You can do it from the comfort of your own couch.
Yeah. And where
That's
you
so
feel more
important.
secure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's all about convenience these days.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for everybody in every aspect of our lives. I mean, even the kids have a million things going on,
Yeah.
a million sources of input, and most of them are not great. So if they have kind of that outlet and some positive influence that is instant and convenient for them when they need it, that's got to be just one of the most important parts of that. It sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because we're so used to being on our phones now.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh
norm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the old adage, like, and I would say this to parents too, they believe like, oh, well, in order for it to be an effective counseling session, they're picturing like, and in my head, I picture the Bugs Bunny, which I'm sure not all other parents do. That's just Jen's brain. But it's like the old belief that you have to be laying on the couch with the person sitting in the chair behind you, writing on their clipboard in order
kinda
for
want
it to be a
that.
proper. Laying on the couch, yes.
Right?
Sometimes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
But the belief that that's what an actual therapy appointment looks like when we are so well versed and comfortable on our phones and social media and virtual that's an okay platform for us to access help. And it is convenient because I know that I know myself coming out of the pandemic, going from virtual to sometimes live, it's made my calendar really funky because you forget that you need to put in travel time if you're going to a live
Right,
meeting.
right, yeah.
So, I mean, it's just difficulties coming out of the pandemic to pivot to new behaviors and stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think mental health got worse or better after
Worse.
that time?
we have not even scratched
Worse
the
or more
surface.
into the light?
I think a little bit of both, Davey. That's a good point. That's
Because
a good
I
point.
feel like growing up,
Yeah.
mental health was such a poo-poo thing to talk about. You know what I mean? Like it was a disdain on your existence if you were going to a therapist. Whereas now it's more, I hate to say it, but it is a pop culture like phenomenon thing
Yeah.
that you are taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your body, you're taking care of your mind. So like it is a little bit more accepted. Can you talk about that stimulus? Like how do you get through that?
So I feel like, yes, that it's brought more light to the stigma of mental health for those of us that are maybe in younger generations, right? So The effects of the pandemic, when I say that we haven't even scratched the surface, is we're seeing a lot of our senior citizen population. Their mental health has significantly declined from the social isolation, and we're still just seeing that come out. A lot of our senior citizens are proud. They don't want to admit that they have a problem, and they come from that generation where it was a huge stigma to talk about their mental health. That was just like the weird kid that lived down the street, or that's somebody that's sitting on their front porch all the time.
Yeah.
So for our like I'm 50. Shh. But for our generation,
look great.
thank you, I appreciate that. But for like people like around our age, yes, mental health is becoming more comfortable to talk about. But now I feel like the focus needs to go to our senior citizen population, because I feel like that's a population that we're starting to see that's just starting to come out. And organizations that Care Connect is speaking to is seeing the same thing.
That's a huge challenge because they are set in their ways. So how are you cracking that glass ceiling? How are you going to get in there? That's not easy.
Yeah. Well, we have a meeting the last Friday of every month that used to be called the IST meeting with the county. It was called the Integrated Service Team meeting, where all agencies, organizations, Joe Q Public could get together from 9 to 11 a.m. the last Friday of every month at the county building, Health and Human Services building, to collaborate, to work at sewing the holes in the fabric of our community.
Yes.
That's mine.
I love that.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
use that.
Thank you. But so this meeting that Care Connect has started, the Resource Collective, last Friday of every month from 9 to 11 a.m., Health and Human Services building, is that we are building the safety net of the community. And it's just we have 70 plus agencies coming out.
Wow.
So, and everyone is coming out and they're discussing where they're seeing the holes in the community, and they're matching. And that was Kayla's idea from a meeting that she
Love
used to
that.
hold in New Jersey, where it was like an agency stands up and says, okay, I'm having difficulty meeting the need of this client. And another agency stands up and goes, hey, I can help with that. And then we go, bam.
This is great,
Match.
you guys. I love that.
So, and Community Health Improvement, Care Connect, UF Health St. John's, I mean, that's what we're going to do. We're going to identify the holes in the community, and we are going to work at plugging them.
I love it. I think it's great.
It's so important, and I love that you are so passionate and dedicated about this mission, and have been for a long time.
Thank you.
You know, this is nothing new to you. So, how do people get a hold of you guys? What's the best way to reach out? You know, in many different ways. If somebody's looking to volunteer, or if somebody's maybe going through a mental health crisis themselves and don't know where to turn.
So that's the main thing, too, that Kayla and I wanted to talk about. If you're going through a mental health crisis and you don't have anywhere to turn, we do have the Behavioral Health Resource Center. We'd initially launched it as the Care Center, but with the changes with UF Health, we've renamed it to the Behavioral Health Resource Center. If you are having a mental health episode, you can walk right in those doors and immediately see someone. Immediately. Kayla, do you want to speak more to the Care or to the Behavioral Health Resource Center?
Absolutely. So they actually just expanded their office, and I did a tour there the other day, and it is absolutely beautiful. They have recliners, they have calming murals on the walls, they have sound machines that are from the ceiling, so it's very calming atmosphere. The lights are dim, so it's all meant to be a safe space for that individual to sit down and relax and just sit there and have the opportunity to talk to somebody, to get screened. If there's medications that they need, there could be an opportunity for them to get that resource. So it's just a great place where they can walk right in and they can see somebody same day. So there's not going to be any wait lists. There's not going to be a long length
That's
of
great.
time where they're in crisis and they need help now.
Yeah.
And it also keeps them out of the emergency department.
Absolutely, yeah. Which frees up, that space too.
And they're navigating resources too. I'll share one story about the Behavioral Health Resource Center. So yesterday morning, there was an 80-plus-year-old person that did not meet Baker Act criteria, was demonstrating some cognitive decline, but not enough for Baker Act. So this person was brought to the Behavioral Health Resource Center. This person was didn't want to sit inside, wanted to sit outside. This person was very much someone that lived in the country. And I mean that in the very nicest way, a rural person, a person from the rural areas.
Yes.
And so this person sat outside, did not want to sit inside because their car had broken down. So the Behavioral Health Resource Center navigators that were in there were able to assess the person to determine that they just needed a minute. This person, like I said, in their 80s, went in, had a nap, in one of the recliners for like 2 hours, got a sandwich.
Great.
We were able to connect that person with a resource. They had the money to fix their car, but there was just a little bit of confusion. And then with the heat outside and dehydration, but we were able to connect this person with what they needed, and they went along and they were fine.
That's excellent.
And that happened yesterday morning.
Do we have enough
Wow.
resources in this county for that?
We do, but this county is amazing. I got to say, St. John's County is amazing. And with the Brave expansion, we are talking to counties all throughout the state of Florida. Every county is struggling with similar things. People that are experiencing living unsheltered, substance misuse, mental health, all the things. But this county, St. John's County, has a ton of resources. And since I've been here in the past 10 years, I have watched them start to come together more and more.
You've been taking care of the infrastructure of mental and physical awareness.
and
Absolutely.
it's amazing. Everybody's communicating. SJSO is communicating with the hospital, is communicating with Epic, is communicating with SMA, is communicating. There's a lot of communication that we're seeing going on, and it's, to me, from when I'm sitting back watching, it's increasing. So yes, we do have a ton of resources in the community. You just have to ask. UF Health St. John's, Care Connect, we're working at bringing more of the resources together. We do have some ideas that we're working through this year about having a central location for the resources to live, for people to access.
Cool.
Don't forget United Way. 2-in-1. I always I'm Mark Lemaire, my bud.
Yeah.
Our bud. But Care Connect, 904-819-3070. Filling out the Get Connected at careconnectplus.com, which is that unified intake where we're gathering people's eligibility so that we can refer them forward to the place that they need to land, so that a person isn't spinning their wheels or getting more and more stressed with re-traumatizing telling their story.
Jen, what if I can't pay?
That's fine. We find a path to yes. We will find a path to yes. We will find some way to make it happen for you.
We'll puzzle piece resources together in order to get that individual what they need.
That's amazing.
That's
And
huge.
for the Brave program too, so there is a couple different doorways. So on our website, I know you mentioned the Get Connected form. There is Brave Community. So there is a whole page on our website about Brave Community and how that process works. So if they want virtual counseling, they can go in through that doorway. If you have kids, the best way is probably through the school district and talking to the school counselors.
Okay.
That's brilliant.
Wow. Just doing so much.
Oh,
you guys.
it's fabulous.
And it never ends. It never ends. And it's a good thing we have people like you both out there that paying so much attention to individuals who can really benefit from what you guys do.
Well,
Thank
I just
you so
thank
much.
you guys for the ability to amplify. You guys are throughout the community amplifying all of the concerns and the gaps. So I want to thank you guys for all that you do for the community. So thank you.
Well, we love you, Boo. Thanks for coming in the studio.
That's
Amazing.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much. Jennifer, Kayla, a pleasure to have you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I mean, look at that, pioneering the way through here. This is
I know.
amazing. Other counties are looking at what we're doing now because
Oh, yeah,
they
totally.
were ahead of the game.
Yeah.
I love that.
Completely.
Those are our champions. So proud of them.
And we are proud of Old Town Trolley.
Yay!
Well, a significant part of what they do does go towards great organizations, nonprofits, charity organizations here in town, which is great. We're all made up of teams of people who want to help lots of people in different ways. And Old Town Trolley doing that. They are proud to support our St. Johns County schools, organizations like Patriot Service Dogs. They're huge on the autism designation for their company, which is just absolutely amazing. The Old Town Trolley, they want everybody to enjoy what they do. They put smiles on people's faces, and they can do that for you and your family. They're the Old Town Trolleys. They're the green trains, and we love them.
And we love Steve Chapman's All-American Air. Talk about another philanthropic force in our community. All-American Air has been serving St. Augustine and St. Johns County. They take great pride in providing quality service and installations, in turn gaining a customer for life. All-American Air can match any price, but no one can match their quality and service. Our friends at Steve Chapman's All-American Air will take exceptional care of your home unit. When was the last time you had yours inspected or serviced? Give them a call. Get on one of those maintenance plans, 904-461-0070.
And then, of course, course, our great friends at Bin 39 Wine Bar. If you are looking to just relax with a glass of wine, enjoy some friends, have a great time out there on the patio, listen to some live music, you can have it all right there at Bin 39.
Self-care is not selfish.
That's right. It's a great place right there off of St. George Street on the Orange Street side. You got your own little courtyard to yourself. It's just a beautiful spot. It's a wonderful spot. And they're wine experts, as you guys know, if you've listened to the show long enough. Talk to Irving. He's going to help you find your new favorite wine out there. Bin 39. Lots of rhymes.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
Shout out to BJ. Thanks for sending me that picture yesterday, Boo. She went to Bin 39 with Irving. They were hanging out. It was awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
There
so
you go.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
nice. All right. It is Thursday. So for horoscopes, we've got Libra and Aquarius. Let's roll, Clay.
Sorry, guys.
Libra. Indecision will plague you as you weigh every insignificant choice as if the fate of the world depends on it. Spoiler, it doesn't. No. Pick something, anything, and stick with it. All right, Aquarius. Your avant-garde ideas will be met with blank stares. Today, embrace the realization that being ahead of your time mostly means being misunderstood. Maybe try blending for a change.
Ooh, that's not fun.
Okay?
Tell you what is fun, though.
Okay,
All
do
right. In 2 weeks, Skylar Siefker from St. Augustine Youth Services will be speaking at She Is Fierce Wednesday. Skylar is certainly an inspiration to all of us in this community. Very, very awesome. And it's going to be a great moment. This, of course, is sponsored by Bozard Ford. This is happening June 5th. Tickets are $25. VIP is $50. Go to sheisfiercehq.com. Hopefully, we can hear a little bit more about this. But yeah, she is a fierce leader, and I'm excited to celebrate her for that moment.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Hey, updates on June classes at the River House. Of course, this is 179 Marine Street. You can register online at coasjc.org or call 904-209-3655. They got landscape drawing with David Ocolette, and they have gentle yoga with Scott Farber, chair yoga with Becky Dawson, Zumba Gold with Angela Engel, and exploring with mixed media with Liz Monaco. A lot of fun things. Check them out on their Facebook page. They literally have a laundry list of great fun activities for you out there, and all classes are for ages 18 and up, so that's kind of cool.
All right, there you go.
And last one today, St. John's Cultural Council announced that the Gamble Rogers Folk Festival present Nashville recording artist Kishana in St. Augustine on Saturday, June 22nd, so save that date. The Little Mercies Open. Kishana is an artist ignited by untold stories and the capacity of those stories to thread the connection in every community. With a background of licensed music therapist, love her, please stay in town, the curiosity of a writer, the patience of a friend, and the visual of social entrepreneur, Kishana is unrelenting in her pursuit of healing power of song. So check that out. Sounds very inspiring. June 22nd, St. John's Cultural Council.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. Speaking of inspiring, Panache will inspire you to feel good about yourself.
Yes.
It's pretty easy. All you got to do is go and make an appointment and let them just take care of you. From scalp to soul, they do that one service at a time, and they offer some great services out there at Panache. They've got a great team, very highly trained staff, and they're always exceeding expectations when you go out there. They are dedicated to your comfort and devoted to innovation and artistry, style. They're also proud to align with Aveda's mission of ethical and sustainable business practices and their high fashion aesthetic. They share Aveda's exceptional standards of high quality products, treatments, and guest care, and everything they do reflects the standards of an Aveda salon. Check them out at getpanache.com.
I got to give a huge shout out to that Panache team. They are honored to accept the Salon Today Top 200 for philanthropy all over the country. How amazing is this?
That's huge.
So proud of their work. Incredible job. That's just so awesome.
That's great, man.
And super proud. We did mention Mark Lemaire today, but the United Way of St. Johns County, it opened in 1957. That was when it was known as the Community Chest. That's when they raised $48,000. They were so proud of that back then, but now they're about over $3 million annually. They continue to fight for the areas of health, education, and financial stability of every person in this community. We love them over there. They're doing some great things. Go to unitedway-sjc.org.
All right, man. Good stuff.
Yes.
How are we closing it out today?
We got funky neighbors who took it to a whole new level.
Okay.
First one
Funky
here.
neighbors.
Tree fell down in my street. My neighbor decided to create a masterpiece.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
wow.
Right?
All right.
I'm celebrating that one. I don't even like birds, and that's cool. Next up, my neighbor put a drive-in movie for kids. How fun with the Power Wheels.
that's pretty
a great
great.
idea. Next up, my neighbor just stopped by. He said he was taking his mother-in-law for a ride.
Oh, okay.
Yikes.
There you go. I don't know if that's the dog or the skeleton. I don't
I'm not
know.
quite sure. Next up, my neighbor got his reindeer decorations stolen, so they put the Grinch ones out instead of the thief.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Sure, that's illegal, but I love every minute of it.
Yeah.
Next up, my neighbor vacuuming his grass.
Huh? I get it.
Yeah, I could see shattered glass or something, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Next up, my neighbor's mailbox got struck by a car. He stuck it in a trash can and now wheels it out to the street every day.
Oh, that's smart, but it's a little too much work for
A little
me.
bit too much work,
Yeah.
right? Next up, my neighbor covered his car with actual blue jeans.
I'm just at a loss for words on
What
that
are we
one.
doing there?
There's
Yeah, it's
just,
gonna be
that
very
makes
dirty.
no sense. It's going to be very smelly very soon.
Very dirty.
First time it gets rained on.
Next up, my neighbor bought too many walnuts.
Oh,
Yikes. He
that's
gets so many squirrels.
something to do with them?
Yikes. Next up, I remember these days. Barbecue setup my neighbor has hanging out of his living room window.
Did you do this? Is this a New York thing?
I had a friend that did this, to be honest with you, on the Upper West Side. Yeah, and they built it and made it perfectly engineered, and they had a
Wow.
little kind of grill out there. That's what you gotta do.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy.
All right.
Next up, lots of packages in front of my neighbor's house. What's going on?
Whoa.
Somebody hit the quantity button,
Are
right?
they are they building an entirely new house? I mean, you could build a house the size of their house with all those boxes.
I know, right? Jeez, like cardboard land.
Wow. That was my house during the Florida Man Games.
I
man.
believe I
It's
remember,
just-
yeah.
Swimming pools and pool noodles
Yeah,
and
super soakers.
it's just the weirdest things. Amazon doesn't know what to do with me. All right, man. Good stuff. Thank you to our great guests out there. Thank you for helping put this together. Clay for pressing all the buttons. And you guys out there for watching. We appreciate you. And we will talk to you very, very soon.
Bye, everybody.